Good morning, children. So today we are going to see natural resources. As we were seeing in the past weeks, we saw natural resources and what are the types of natural resources. There are two types, which is renewable and non-renewable resources. And in renewable resources, we started looking into the topics. Okay, first one we saw solar energy. We learned that solar energy is the energy that we are getting from sun. So now we are going to see the next one, which is soil. Soil or land or earth. Okay, we know, all of us know that we are standing on top of the land or earth. Okay, so underneath that there is lot of soil, right? Soil, mud, everything. So without mud or soil, we cannot be able to stand on top of it, because we need something to stand, right? So that is where soil or earth comes in. Now, what are the uses of soil or earth? The main uses of soil or earth is, first one, carrying us, okay, giving us support to stand or live. Second one is trees. You know that all the plants, herbs, trees are growing on the soil, right? So that is the main purpose of soil. Okay, without soil there will be no plants, no trees. Without trees there will be no food, and animals won't survive, and humans are also won't be able to survive. Okay, so that is the main important resources of soil, use of soil. So first one is supporting lives. Second one is growing plants and trees. Okay, so underneath that you can say food, resources, and so many things. You know that soil is in danger. You know, when air or wind blows, what happens to soil? You have seen some of the mud is coming along with the air, right? So when it is raining heavy or something, what happens? This mud flows along with the rainwater, right? So that time what happens is, this soil, they flow from one place to another during the rain. For example, this is your land and there are muds on top of it. So when wind blows from here or rainwater is coming from here, what will happen is, this mud will flow along with that. So there will be no mud to stand on there. Okay, that is the main resources damage that is happening to soil. In order to prevent that, what we are going to do is, we are going to plant more trees. You know what happens when a tree is planted? Along with the help that gets from the soil, plant also helps soil. How? During this rain and all, what will happen is, this plant will hold the soil that is on the underground. That soil, what it will do is, it won't flow along with the water or wind. That's the reason, that's the importance of trees to soil. Okay, so when soil does not blow away, soil will stay and there will be no flowing of soil. Okay, so if soil blows away, there will be no soil and there will be no plants and trees to grow. That is the name called as soil erosion. That means when heavy wind or rain blows, what will happen is, soil will blow along with the wind or water. That time there will be no soil on the ground. If there is no soil, there will be no plants or animal that can be able to live on the place. So to prevent soil erosion, what we are doing is, we are planting trees. We are planting trees and plants to stop the soil from blowing away. Okay, so there are three types of planting trees. First one is, you can see in your book, page number 64. Okay, so there are three types of planting a tree in a soil to prevent soil erosion is happening. So first one, when you see the first picture, I will send you the picture also in the WhatsApp. So first one, if you see, there will be a part. Okay, they will segregate the land of aggregation into small parts. So this is what compartmental forming. So if you see, if you are went to the village sites and all, you can see that farming lands, paddy field and all maintained like this, because so whenever rain comes, what will happen is the rainwater will flow through the sides of this and reach the other end, so that not more soil goes away with that. Okay, so that is the main reason for this compartmental forming. And the second one is wind breaking. In this, what will happen is they will plant big trees around the place. Here will be a big tree around the place where soil has to be protected. Okay, protected means saved or contained. Okay, now in this around area there will be big trees planted, and in the middle area there will be small plants and trees, small shrubs and herbs will be planted. For example, paddy field also, here this is for rainwater. When rain blows, what will happen is this water will come down. Okay, but then wind blows, when big wind tornadoes and cyclones form, that time they won't withstand, right? So that time this kind of wind breaking forming is used. In this, what will happen is this heavy trees along the side, they will protect the soil inside, they will protect the paddy or whatever crops growing inside from the wind blow. Okay, so that less amount of wind will go inside, and the trees along them, the trees on the outer side, they will protect them. Okay, that's the reason for wind breaking. And the last one is contour forming. Have you seen many hill stations? When you see a hill station, you can find that crops have been planted like the flow of it. For example, when you climb a mountain, you can see in the slopes that along the slope like this only crops will be grown. That is what contour forming is, because there are already happened some of the soil erosion and they wanted to protect the remaining soil. So what they will do is, they won't disturb the place there. They will plant the trees along or plant the crops along the slope, so that the soil is not getting erosion after that. That's the reason for contour forming. In that, what they will do is, they will plant the crops along the mountains, okay, along the slopes. Slopes means from up down. Okay, there is a diagonal line that is happening, and here there will be already soil erosion happened. They wanted to protect the remaining soil, so what they will do is, they will plant the crops along the slopes. Okay. Okay. So there are some general knowledge that they have given you. Okay. Now I am going to see you. Read that to you. Page number 64. Okay. The outermost rocky layer of the earth is known as crust. That is what soil is. Soil is the thin top layer of the crust. Okay. So this is your earth. Okay. You know earth is a round circle, right? So the outermost layer will be called as crust, and the very thin layer, okay, only a small layer of the earth will be soil. So after that you can find rocks, okay, big rocks you will find down the earth, okay. The thin layer itself is the soil. Have you dug in anything down the ground? Have you seen how long the things goes? Right, it will be long, but it is only a thin layer. That means there are so many layers out down the earth, and there is so much of area down the earth, okay. Now, and it really takes 500 to 1500 years, not 1 year or 2 years, 500 to 1500 years to form just 3 centimeter of soil. So just think about how much years it would take for so much of layers of soil to form. You know what is a 3 centimeter? You have a small size of scale, right? You can take the small size of scale and look into 1, 2 and 3. In that third line you can see this much. That is the length. That is the amount of soil it takes 500 to 1000 years to form. Now, we have seen about soil, what are the uses of soil and what are the what are the troubles that soil is facing, soil erosion, right? So how we can protect soil from getting erased, right? So what is the thing? We have to plant more trees for the soil to stay in the same place. Now we are going to see forest. You know that forest gives you a lot of products, right? Without forest there is nothing. So first one we can say photosynthesis. You know what is a photosynthesis? A photosynthesis is a process by which plants produce their own food. For example, if a mango tree is giving you a mango, that means it will take sunlight and water and then minerals from the soil to produce that mango. And this process of producing the mango is called photosynthesis. Okay, now forest gives you so many things. So first one you can say food. Food is the main source. We are getting food, we have to eat food every day, right? So food is the main and important source. And then what are the things? You can say medicines, right? So medicines are also coming from forest only. Most of the medicines are coming from forest and we are producing it synthetically. Next one, look around and tell me what are the other things. You can see some books and notes, and then you can also say working tables and then so on, right? So books and notes are getting from where? Plants, trees. You are getting notes from plants, right? Afterwards, timber works, which is your windows or your sofas. They are also made from woods, right? Wood are obtained from trees. So trees are coming from forest. After that, what are the things? Eraser, pencil, your stationeries, most of the things are coming from forest only. So these are all uses of forest. And also in foreign countries and all, most of the houses are built only using woods. The reason is because when flood comes, the house will float. That's the reason that they are building in only woods. Okay, so these are all main uses of forest. So what are the struggles faced by forest? So first one, deforestation. What is deforestation? Deforestation means cutting down of trees. Deforestation means cutting down of trees. The use of timber, the use of woods, the use of medicinal plants has increased because the population of India is increasing, the population of world is increasing, and the demand for products, demand for resources are increasing. So what people are doing? They are cutting more trees to produce more timber works, more tables, more chairs, more books, more erasers, more pencils, like stationaries. They are cutting down more trees to produce more of this, and medicines also. With increasing population increases the diseases, right? So in order to reduce the diseases, we have to produce more medicines. So in order to produce more medicines, we need more trees. So we are start cutting more and more trees. That is the thing, that is the struggle faced by forest. And what should we do? In order to reduce the deforestation, we start planting more trees. If we plant more trees, what will happen is, trees will give you oxygen. You know, right? Trees gives us oxygen. When trees gives you oxygen, it also attracts the rain. Okay, the rainy clouds will come and pour rain where the trees are more. So if you plant more trees, you will also get the things: food, oxygen, rain, controlling soil erosion, medicine, then timber works, woods. These are all uses of forest. But when you cut down the trees, what will happen is, the oxygen level, the oxygen that trees gives us gets reduced. If the oxygen gets reduced, there will be no rain, there will be less amount of rain. If there is no rain, what will happen? There will be no water. So if there is no water, there will be water scarcity. So if there is no water, there will be no proper sanitization. If there is no proper sanitization, what will happen? Diseases will come. Okay, so it's a chained reaction. From today onwards, we are going to start planting at least one tree near your house or inside your house. Okay, so this is your lesson for today. See you in the next class. Bye.